Yo, what up, y'all? Today we jumping into some more Diablo 4. In this one, I'm going to show you guys the easiest way to get from level 1 to 50, everything you're going to want to be doing, what you want to do with your gear, how you want to upgrade, and then I'm going to show you guys what I was doing on the Barbarian. Now, the Barbarian, I don't know, I think he might be one of the best characters on the game. So pretty much we're going to be using War Cry and Shout. That's going to give us a whole bunch of buffs, going to help us with our maximum life. And then on top of that, we're going to be using Whirlwind. Now all you got to do is find yourself a legendary that leaves behind a Whirlwind. So that's going to make the Whirlwind super duper overpowered. And then my second ability that I use is Ground Stomp. So if you could find the legendary that allows you to Ground Stomp and leave behind an Earthquake, you're literally chilling. So you'll just Whirlwind, Ground Stomp, War Cry, Shout. And then for your ultimate, it's completely up to you. You can either do Berserk, that's the one that I use, or if you can find yourself the legendary that, if you're using Call of the Ancients, if you're doing Leap, Upheaval, Charge, or Whirlwind, an Ancient will actually spawn and do that ability too. That one's really good as well, so I'll definitely show you guys the setup for that. Before we jump into the video, make sure you guys smack that like button. We got way more Diablo 4 vids on the way. And also to make sure you guys hit that sub button so that way you guys could check out more builds. Alright, so jumping into the builds. Once you hit level 50, pretty much what's going to happen is you're going to reach the Paragon level. Now once you get to the Paragon tree, as you can see, there's a list of more skills that you're going to be able to start putting points into. Now another thing too, once you hit level 50, of course you're going to be able to go into World Tier 3. Now with World Tier 3, there's actually two things that you need to do before you can actually make it there. So number one, what you're going to have to do is complete the Cathedral of Light. And then number two, you're actually going to have to complete the campaign. So in my case, I actually didn't do the campaign first. I explored the map first, farmed up all my renown, found all the strongholds, found all the dungeons, and actually got to level 50 that way. But to be honest, I think it'd be a lot easier to at least do the first campaign, then explore the map, and then do campaign 2, campaign 3, and then you should be able to go right into it. Now the first thing that I would recommend that you guys do, make sure you at least explore the top and the bottom of the map so that way you can start doing the legions. Now what the legions are, this is a world boss, so there's going to be multiple people in here. Pretty much what you want to do, it's a battle against the clock. You want to kill as many packs, kill as many hordes as you can. And once you kill enough hordes underneath the time limit, it's going to spawn a Servant of Hell. Now you want to try to kill 3 Servants of Hell before the Overlord spawns. So as you can see, there's a timer. As that timer starts passing you guys up, you know, if you're not killing monsters faster than the timer, it'll just immediately spawn the Overlord. So if it spawns the Overlord and you haven't killed any Servants of Hell, you're only going to get 1 loot box. If you kill 2 Servants of Hell and then kill the Overlord, you'll get 2 loot boxes. And then if you get the Mastery, so 3 Servants of Hell, it actually spawns Radiant loot boxes. So ideally what you're going to want to do, obviously you're going to want to try to kill 3 Servants of Hell. But, you know, it can get a little bit hard only if, you know, you have people that are under leveled, or if you don't have enough people in general. You know, as you can see, I think we had like 5 or 6 people on one run, so we can only get 1 Servant of Hell, you know, or like some runs you have up to 10 people, you know, so it's super easy to get to 3, you know, so I would just try to get those 3 Servants of Hell so that way you can get the best loot. Now out of these loot boxes, what you're going to get, you're actually going to get material that's going to allow you to upgrade your legendaries. So what you're going to want to do, well, there's a couple things that you're going to want to do with your legendaries. Number one, of course, you're going to want to upgrade them. So go to the blacksmith, upgrade them up to at least level 4. Now, I don't upgrade mine up to level 5 only because in order for you to upgrade it to level 5, what you're going to have to do is scrap some other legendary gear that you have. So in order to get like a legendary weapon up to level 5, you're going to have to scrap legendary weapons for armor, and then you actually can't upgrade jewelry. You know, so I would just keep everything on level 4 unless it's an item that you know you're going to use. Now, each time that you level up and you get higher in level, you actually can find that same item but higher power. You know, so I wouldn't suggest sinking all of your material into that legendary. However, I would upgrade them enough, for you to do more damage and, compete with the legions. Now, I would also recommend completely exploring the map because as you can see here, you'll have access to all the dungeons. If you link up with your friends, link up with your clan. If you guys do need a clan to join Savage Squad. The clan tag is SSQ. I'll accept everybody. We run dungeons, we do strongholds, so make sure you guys join up. Now with your friends, pretty much, you guys will run around, do the dungeons, get the essence, or run around, do the strongholds, get the 100 renown, and of course the experience. So I would definitely recommend completely exploring the map because it's going to make it way easier for you to pretty much traverse, do all the legions, and then once it starts spawning more world bosses, obviously you'll be able to see them on the map. Now, another thing that I would highly recommend that you guys do is make sure you guys are going to the alchemist. So at level 10, level 20, 30, 40, 60, you're going to be able to upgrade your potion. So make sure you guys are upgrading your potions. Also, too, what you want to do is make sure that every time you get gear, what I typically do is sell all the blue gear and then I salvage all the yellow gear. So not only will you be making money, but you'll also be getting the veiled crystals. Now, each time before you go out into a fight, what you want to make sure that you're doing is buying an elixir. Now, the elixir that I buy for my character, I usually get the thorns, or I get the overpower, maybe sometimes even the attack speed, depending on the material that I have. But you just want to make sure you get the one that fits you. But ultimately what the elixir is going to do is give you 5% experience for 30 minutes. So if you're popping these on time every 30 minutes, this is going to maximize the amount of experience that you get and help you level up a whole lot faster. Now going into the abilities, so this is how I have my barb set up. Now, like older videos that I have put out, this is all going to be based on the gear that you have. So I was able to find whirlwind gear. I was able to find ground stomp gear. But, if you have something for, death blow, if you have something for charge, if you have something for leap, I would highly recommend that you go down that tree. But if you're going to be going with like the war cry, shout, whirlwind build, this is how I have it set up. Now, another thing too, so whenever you upgrade into world tier 3, because since this video I have actually made it to world tier 3, and if you guys haven't already, hit that like button, hit that sub button, so that way you guys can check out when I go live, so that way you guys can see me while I'm playing, and then you guys can kind of see how it looks. But in world tier 3, the monsters are a lot stronger, so I have more resistance against elites, more maximum life. I definitely using those thorns. So you want to make sure that on your gear, you try to re-roll it for resistance. You try to put on defensive essence to help with your life. And then you try to socket your items with life on hit, maximum life. Now getting into the socketing. So what you would want to do, all of the rubies, all of the topaz and whatnot that you get, make sure you're going to the jeweler and you're putting them together and upgrading them. Because eventually what you want to do is you want to have like perfect rubies, perfect skulls, perfect topaz, and then you want to socket those into your items. So eventually what you're going to want to do as well. So after you upgrade all of your gems, you put them all together. Of course, you're going to want to socket them onto your gear. Now, you're going to have to actually kill world bosses. You're going to have to complete legions to get the material to actually add sockets. Now, some of the gear is already going to come with sockets, which is perfect. You can put those right in. Now, once you complete the dungeons, you get the essence, you get the aspects, you actually want to put the aspects onto your gear, which is also going to cost some material as well. So there's going to be a lot of farming that you're going to have to do. But as you start getting more and more legendaries, even ones that you don't need, you pretty much can just remove the aspect from them, or you could just scrap the legendary itself and get the material for scrapping the legendary. And then you can use that to put an aspect onto a different piece of gear. Now, what you can also do is replace the affixes on items. So, for example, if something has attack speed, but you don't necessarily want that, or something has shadow resistance, but you would rather resistance all, make sure you go in there and you re-roll your items. Now, again, the items that you're going to get, prior to level 50, I would not sink my materials into them because you're going to find something with higher attack power, better stats. But once you hit level 50, you know, you can definitely just start affixing the correct items that you like, the ones that have the abilities that you need, or you can just add aspects through the Codex of Power to your equipment. And that's another good way to buff up your stats. So I would definitely go in there, change around on the aspects. Now, what you can also do is go over to the materials tab, and this will show you exactly where you want to do and what you want to do in order to get the materials that you need. Because honestly, you know, if you're playing by yourself or you're not inside of a clan, you need to really have your character, you know, resistant enough, have enough life, have the correct aspects so that way you can survive, especially if you're going to be soloing bosses. Now, based on who you are, you know, if you're a Necro, if you're a Source, you know, it can get kind of tough to 1v1 bosses. Down in the comments, let me know, who do you guys think the best character is? I personally believe that the Barb is just way too good. Super good against 1v1 and bosses, super good against fighting characters alone, fighting packs alone. And then also too, if you have the right aspects, if you affix your armor correctly, then you should be good. So, you know, hopefully these tips helped you guys out. This should help you get to 50, no problem. And then, you know, start getting into that world tier 3. As always, I appreciate you guys stopping in on the vid, and I'll see you on that next one. Peace.